Good morning, Rebecca and Landon. So I thought it might be easier if I showed you how to use Schoology. So here we are on the Library 5 page. You'll notice there's an announcement at the top. I try to do that at least once a week or so. It tells you what to do for that week. So if you scroll down, and don't worry that you couldn't get into Overdrive, by the way. That is for students who didn't have a copy of the book. If you actually have a physical copy of the book, that's great. I'm providing a read aloud each week, and I'm asking students to follow along as I read. So if you scroll down, all right, so chapter 12, there is an assignment area in chapter 12, and you can go ahead and click or tap on that depending on what device you're using. And inside that assignment, it tells you what you should do for chapter 12. So you've already read chapter 12 of Wish. Here is my recording of my read aloud. When you do chapter 13, you could have Landon listen to my recording because I ask a couple of questions in there, and sometimes there's some review material. So it is good to watch the videos that I provide. So it says follow the link below to view my read aloud, which also includes a review of chapter 11, and follow along on Overdrive if you are able. Now, again, that's for the students that don't have a copy of the book. Even if they weren't able to get into Overdrive, it's a little bit complicated. They can still listen to my audio version. And the questions you were asking about, there is a link to the questions inside each assignment. So when you click on this link here, or tap on it if you're using an iPad, it'll bring you to a Google form, and the questions are in there. Just go through them and then hit submit. I will caution you that some of them, especially if they're long answer questions or if the questions are about story sequencing, they may give you a lower grade. I have to go back and review that, and I will give Landon feedback on each week's grade. So I'm going to take you back to Schoology. So once you've finished that, and don't do more than once a week. If you want to get a little caught up, you could do 2 of them this week, but this is really meant to be once a week. And hopefully it's an enjoyable read. I think it is. So there was chapter 12, and you have the same thing for chapter 13 and chapter 14. Each week you'll see a new one of a new chapter of Wish pop up. So chapter 13, the same thing. You go in here. It looks almost the same as 12, except for it's for chapter 13. Here is my read aloud. You would tap on that. And then the questions are here, a little link above that. You'll notice that one student here made a comment. That is fine. You can make a comment in there if you want. You don't need to submit anything. You might see you might notice an area for submissions. When you submit the Google form, that is all the submission you need to do, and then I'll get the feedback back to you. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and let me know if you can get to those questions.